Welcome, angry faithful, to the Friday What the Hell, where we talk a little bit about political stuff and stuff that's in the news. Uh, yeah, Bill, how you doing, buddy?
Politics is in the news.
Uh,
Something's going on?
yeah,
Wow.
I know you're confused, Bill. You don't rant or rave or anything like that on certain things that's happening in our community, and I have to think I'm going to bed, and I'm not going to bed because you don't go to bed because you found something and you just want to uh scream at somebody because of all
I
this.
I actually
Well,
had
you can
gone
do
to
that today.
bed. I had gone to bed,
I
and
know
then
you did. You
I
did.
sat in bed, and I pulled up my phone, and I went, "Oh, shit, I need to investigate this."
Yeah.
And then I started investigating, and then I sent David a message, "Oh, look at this." And then I went, "Oh," and I went deeper down the rabbit hole, and every time I found another gopher, I'd throw it at David.
Yeah, it's exhausting being your friend sometimes.
Did your
I love
phone,
it.
like, Bing or something, or did you turn it off so it wouldn't annoy you? Does it like bing? Oh shit, it's Bill. Bing. Oh shit, it's Bill.
No, I just
Did you mute that?
no, I have all my stuff muted. I'm actually looking at other stuff while you're doing it, and I'm going, I was on something. Oh, no. Bill just told me something. I literally had to have my phone right next to me when you're conversating with me, open and set up so I can read the stuff and I can I am horrible at multitasking, but for you, I'm pretty decent at it when I because I'll read something, but I have to read it like 4 or 5 times. So it gets into my memory. So it's good, I guess. But it's exhausting at the same time. So, Bill, China's going bankrupt.
No shit.
With all the stuff that's been happening, last week I think we showed everybody long lines for the gas in China. And I'm talking like close to like 4 to 5 blocks of cars just trying to get gas. And this happened a couple of weeks ago. But well, it happened on March 23rd. A single day, 2.7 trillion yen, roughly $390 billion, dropped in Chinese stock market, primarily the Shanghai Composite and the CSI 300. On March 23rd, 2026, is a sharp but not unpredicted one-day loss for the market of Chinese scale. It represented roughly 2 to 3.6% decline in the main indications amidst a border Asian sell-off, where what this is and what it means is China's going bankrupt. A lot of the stuff that has caused it, it's geopolitics, shock from the Middle East. We and this is not on us. This is actually on them. The Strait of Hormuz is being closed because of Iran blocking stuff, which stops oil from going into China. Cheap oil going to China because China. Hey, how's it going? But basically, okay. I don't. Those are just letters. That's cool. Look at these just letters.
Mm.
I'll put this in make
Dutch, maybe.
maybe. Hey, how's it going? But what is happening right now since China's have to pay prices and for their oil, they're going bankrupt. And this has been happening since 2023. They had a housing crisis in 2023, and a lot of stuff we have to do with speculation because China likes to do propaganda to where no one knows what's really happening in China. So, thoughts, Bill? That Bill, thoughts on that?
China. Yeah, they're going broke.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm in my own little world looking for something. There it is.
okay.
I found it. It was over there.
Okay. Well, anyways, Bill, what I thought about this week, which is kind of interesting, is there's only technically there's 3, but there's technically only 2 right now, communist countries. We're in negotiating with reinventing. Maybe. Anyways, basically what's happening is they're getting rid of a lot of the communist countries right now. Cuba right now is on the brink and becoming I don't know what they're doing, but they're trying to get in negotiations with the US to actually get some power back to the community, which is kind of hilarious what happened 2 weeks ago. Did you hear? This is so messed up. They had a concert in one hotel that held the band, and that was the only power that Cuba had. It was powering a band that was playing for Cuba people, and a hotel that the people were staying at. Those are the only places that had power. Everywhere else was dead.
That was the Code Pink group.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and there's an image. I can't find it right this second. I wish I had it up, of them in a little tour bus. They said it was the Jurassic Park, where it's like going along in their nice little bus, going, oh, look at the Cubans. So it was like a tour. But you called it the Strait of Hormuz a little while ago.
Yeah. That, okay.
I had to keep the sound down on that because
yeah. We're on YouTube. Now, here's the thing on that strait right there. There's a $100 billion project that put the map up again and just pause it on the map part. Okay, back it up to the map part. You see that top part of the horn right there? No. Go down to where it's UAE. Well, right there, if you cut that horn in half, that's where a new strait's going to go. They're spending $100 billion. The whole Arabian area, the Middle East, except for Iran and certain places. But they're spending $100 billion just to make another strait so they don't even go anywhere close to Iran anymore. So, yeah. But, yeah, because of the war and everything happening, I think this whole thing is to get rid of communism. And that's just my opinion. If it happens, yay, because communism sucks. The Chets even they banned communism. Did you see that, Bill?
Yeah, I've got something on your map of the UAE thing here.
Well, Bill,
huh?
Bill, did you hear that the Chets banned communism from their country?
The Czech
Republic, yeah.
Oh no, I hadn't heard that, but there's a lot going on. But my thought on that is the UAE that you were bringing up. Did you see this? The UAE minister of State just shocked the fake news, claiming Gulf nations are backing away from President Trump and the U.S. over Iran. And what did she say about that?
Nor to the international community.
Do you think the calls for the Gulf Arab allies, including the UAE, to get involved kinetically in the war are fair?
The UAE has fought side by side with the United States in over 6 coalitions in our history. We have shared values, we have shared history with the United States, we have interoperability with the United States. They are a clear partner to us in regional security, and we intend to double down on that. Today, we are looking at a threat to not only our region, but to the international community at large that needs to be stopped in whatever way possible. The UAE is always for a diplomatic off-ramp at the end of that. We need to use diplomacy, but we need to use diplomacy when Iran understands that its behavior as a rogue actor is not acceptable neither to the region nor to the international community.
Do you think the calls for the Gulf Arab allies
So basically, the biggest enemy to America right now are the Democrats and the liberal media who are hoping we lose. And okay, got to say it, the Europeans. Personally, got to say this. If I had a choice of trusting Russia or trusting Europe, I think I would trust Russia more than I would trust Europe.
Yeah, because Russia's going to backstab us just given the time.
I said I would trust Russia more than Europe.
Yeah. But my thinking is Russia's going to backstab us eventually. UAE, depending on what country it is, they won't backstab.
No, I was talking not the UAE, the EU, European Union.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You had said UAE.
And right now, the Mooney stuff, I haven't researched it yet, so we don't have Iranian allies are on top of us due to Indians backing. I don't know all the stuff for Indian backing. I know they're losing like most of the Asian people right now, India and Pakistan. I know Pakistan's backing us up. But most of those countries are losing a lot of energy, and that's the reason why they are trying to get stuff for Iranians. It's depending on if they're for the Iranian people or for the Islamic regime. Right now, even as we'll talk about that later on in the stuff. We got other topics to talk about, so just bear in mind with us. But yeah, my thinking right now. Yeah, I believe Pakistan's probably on both sides. It wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot of stuff that Pakistan just
good programmers though.
They're in for themselves. That's pretty much obvious. As long as it's basically whoever gives them the bigger pallet of cash, really. On Pakistan, we've always had problems with Pakistan. I mean, they did harbor a known terrorist for a while, and we went over there and just pull a couple of bullets in his head. But another thing, did you hear about the microchip?
Oh, you didn't go into the borders in the EU? That was the next.
We'll go on to that later. It's not. It's I put it in the notes, and that's what we're going on. Oh no, we're going to go on the borders and it's next. Oh
yeah, because I've got that actually up.
Okay, yeah, go with the borders, man.
Well, one of the things they passed is the deportation regulations. And some of the people weren't very happy in the EU Parliament, but it did pass.
So the okay, 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 okay. We have many votes to go through, guys. Let's.
Yeah, I seen that earlier this week where you see a lot of the countries, and I don't know how relevant it is. A lot like Germany, most of their right politicians got more seats in their parliament. Does Germany have a parliament?
Yeah, Germany, it looks like voted. They had 50 again, 54 and 37 against on that deportation regulation bill, and that kind of shocks me. The best, Czechia, that you just mentioned, 20-1, 24-1 against on
Yeah.
it. Hungary, 17-4, 0 against. I'm just going through the best ones. Poland, 44-4, 3 against and 1 abstained. And then Romania, 17-2 and 2.
Yeah.
The worst was Belgium, 5-4, 18 against. And Finland, 4-4, 8 against. So that's what we're looking at. And this is what they want. This is what they want. Make Europe great again. And that's what Trump has been on since the very beginning, since the very first speech when Vance went over, is make Europe great again. Make people proud in their own countries. And that's part of this deportation. And I just read just one thing on that deportation regulation. The first key provision is offshore return hubs. The law allows EU member states to deport rejected asylum seekers to facilities in non-EU countries while they await final removal to their country of origin.
Yeah.
So they're doing a 180 from what our liberals are trying to do here. But the point is, they're doing it. It's the Trump effect. A lot of the reason they're doing it is they've been sitting over there for the last 10 years being told, oh, we can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. And then Trump came along and they went, look, he's doing it. We can do it.
You don't.
And he has been the inspiration.
You don't think it's the terrorist attack that keep on happening in each of those countries, and they're finally getting fed up? I think that's it.
No, the movement has been beneath the surface, but it hasn't been big enough. And I watched during the election.
I think it has been, Bill. I honestly believe that people are getting tired of people coming in, and this is even with United States. This is a lot of the countries, mainly United States too, because we live there and we get more information from us. If we get more information from other countries that tell us that they're having the same amount of problems and this is what they want to, but you look at what Trump is doing. What Trump is doing, because he was voted in for a policy to stop immigration. 87% are happy about that. Why? Because people are finally seeing, after the Doge reports, of how much money is giving away to immigrants that aren't even paying taxes. I think the American people are finally fed up, and we finally have somebody, a good group of people, some of them not so great, that are doing what they need to do. Some of them are actually doing their jobs or wanting to do their jobs.
Well, this was last year. a couple of weeks before the election in Poland.
That's amazing.
We will oppose illegal migration. We will stop the anti-American change in Europe.
Będziemy opierać się nielegalnej imigracji i będziemy opierać się antyamerykańskiej polityce w Europie.
Donald Trump! Donald Trump! Donald Trump! Donald Trump!
Now, one more second.
Donald Trump is not just a person, he's a symbol of freedom that will cover all the free world.
Okay, that's amazing.
We will
Okay.
That's what I had been watching all for the last 2 years is the foreigners and how they were reacting and how they were cheering on and hoping Trump would win to be that symbol. Just like the senator from Australia that I followed, he said America goes as goes the world. And he had Trump's fight image as his background on his official Australian Senate X account. But that's what they were saying, David. All around the world, they were hoping Trump would win so he could be the inspiration. Because the movement was there and they were sick of it, but they were too afraid to do anything about it. And that's what was the catalyst, and that's why so much has been against Trump. Is the World Economic Forum, the Great Reset people, the globalists, they knew what would happen with Trump. I've seen some Davos speeches in the last couple of years. They knew what would happen with Trump. And that's why they did everything to stop him.
Because there was a lot of, I do remember reading a couple of articles that the Democratic Party got a lot of benefits from like UK and other countries. It was kind of weird. But next thing, the microchip theft. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about it, and I'm not quite.
I'm about to.
Hopefully, you have all the details because I don't.
I got some of the details. Supermicro co-founder arrested for smuggling $2.5 billion in NVIDIA GPUs to China. CMCI co-founder Yin Shan Wally Limal arrested today. And now this is a couple of weeks ago. Personally holds $464 million in SMCI stock, charged with smuggling billions in NVIDIA servers to China, using a Southeast Asia shell company to funnel $2.5 billion in servers to Chinese buyers. $510 million worth shipped in these 3 weeks in spring 5, building thousands of fake dummy servers to fool U.S. Compliance auditors. Caught on surveillance camera and using a hairdryer to swap serial numbers stickers, coordinating the whole thing over encrypted group chats. CMCI down 12% after hours, faced up to 30 years in prison. I wish I knew this beforehand so I could short that stock.
Wow.
Because you would probably make millions off that. Let me see here right now. Let me see what that stock is at right now because I'm kind of curious. There we go. It's not down that bad. I mean, it was from when I'm looking at this article, it started out at the beginning of the day at $30.97 and went down to $27.15. And as of right now, it's down to $21.97. So it's going down, but it's not going down that bad.
Didn't hear the range. How far back did you go?
Oh, the range of it?
Yeah, how far back did you go just now?
The timeline is let me see the timeline on this. This is a couple of days ago. This happened a week ago.
Okay, no, the stock price timeline that you were just quoting.
Okay, the stock line, it happened March 19th. That's when it was at $30.97, and it did a big dip in February, March 20th. Actually, on that day, the next day after he got arrested, it went down to $20.53, and it's been gradually going up and down. The biggest day was March 25th when it was at $24. So, yeah. Why you ask that, Bill?
Just checking. I was surprised you didn't have a nice little chart to pull up.
I don't pull up charts, Bill. Charts are for losers.
Have you heard this isn't in your list? Have you heard the latest on the USAID money and funneling money to the Biden campaign through Ukraine?
I heard about that, but I didn't have that much information on it as of right now.
Okay. Let me go ahead and give you a minute and 52-second video on that. Here's the guy who broke it.
Okay. You gonna put sound on this?
The United States government, the overnight. But we're going to cover one thing we broke overnight. A lot of you probably heard about it over the course of the day. The United States government, the National Security Agency, intercepted conversations of President Zelensky's government in Ukraine in 2022, late 2022, conspiring with federal workers at the USAID to come up with a plan to take $200 million of USAID money. That is your money, folks, taxpayer money, route it through a series of transactions, move it into the United States, and launder it into Joe Biden's 2024 campaign and the Democratic National Committee. We have the intercepts for the first time. Tulsi Gabbard's team was willing to declassify them. There is now an investigation underway, beginning with USAID, to look at who was involved, whether any crimes were committed, and if that is the case, to refer that to the FBI in the next few days. Those declassified documents up at justthenews.com. You can go check about it today. Members of Congress have been clamoring all day to get their hands on the documents. I expect Tulsi Gabbard to make a statement later tonight on where things are evolving in her investigation. But we've gone from the era of weaponization, where the primary tool was using prosecutors and FBI agents to disable Donald Trump and his followers and all the good people around him, to now potentially conspiring with foreign powers to have an impact on our elections. We have the Ukraine stuff this morning, and remember what we told you 3 weeks ago. Proof from the FBI that China sent tens of thousands of driver's licenses to the United States with fake names to get fake ballots to vote for Joe Biden in the 2020 election. Those aren't my words. Those are the words of the FBI informant in the FBI documents that we made public a few months ago. So China possibly conspiring with Joe Biden and the Democrats, and now possibly Ukraine. 2 investigations underway. We're going to keep you apprised of that right now.
Now, yeah, we see they actually finally found proof of it. They've been saying this since the Nick Swanson stuff. After they found out there was a whole bunch of fake daycares.
Yeah, we knew it. We knew it's been going on,
but they hadn't had like the full blown truth. We knew, hell, they knew. Okay, here's what a lot of things. It's new news to us now. But even Minnesota was saying, hey, there's a lot of fraud we're still trying to figure out. And then when they started getting money from them, you didn't hear a word from them. That's the reason why. And they just needed to have like an actual down pat facts on that. Which is really sad, to the point to where you hear something through the grapevine. 'Cause like right now, Nick's going to California and finding a lot of fraud in there, which as soon as he figures it all out and everything, will report on on his findings. But we know there's fraud in California. We know there's fraud in Maine because Maine's the same thing. Maryland's the same thing too. A lot of those Democratic states have a lot of fraud. And I hate to say it, but there's some, it comes with everything. There's Republican states that have a lot of fraud too, and they're finding out about it, which we're paying taxes. We're not paying politicians. And that's what it's getting around to, because there's a lot of cases that people are taking their war chest for what they're spending on their trying to get voted in, and they're just spending it on, like, here's an example. Politician paid $250 million to a friend that was making videos for a government agency. What was that government agency? It was DHS. Who was doing it? Kristi Noem. Guess what? She got fired. And I'm wondering, what happened to that $250? $250 million to an editor. And I know, hands down, the DHS X page was on fire for a while. So yeah, I can understand the $250 million. But it's our money. And I swear, I wouldn't have just fired her. I would have put her in jail. I want to see Kristi Noem in jail for fraud. Because that's what if all that is true, she needs to go to jail. She stole money from taxpayers. Anybody that steals money from taxpayers should go to jail. So, anyway.
So basically, you don't want a Democratic Party to exist anymore?
Dude, Republicans are doing it. Kristi Noem's a Republican.
Well, yeah, Republicans are doing it too, but as far as a percentage of...
The biggest percentage, yes, is Democrats as of right now. If you want to make a good point and clap your hands going, I did something good. Yeah, go right ahead. But I don't want that. I don't want our fucking money going for stupid shit because, I decide where our money goes. It's both sides doing the stupid bullshit.
I've got on a little bit of a lighter note of saving money.
Oh, the pen. Yes, go ahead. You gonna put some volume on that, Bill?
See this pen right here? This pen is an interesting example. It's the same thing. So this pen is very inexpensive, but it writes well. I like it. But I can't have the pen the way it was. You know what it is. I don't want to give too much publicity, but they do treat me well, Sharpie. So I came here, they have $1,000 pens. And you hand pens out, you're signing and you hand them out. You're handing them to all these people. Sometimes you have 30, 40 people. And they were $1,000 a piece. Beautiful pen, ballpoint. 1,000. It was gold, silver, gorgeous. But I'm handing out to kids that don't even know what they're. What is this, mommy? This is kids. They're getting a pen for $1,000. They have no idea what it is. And I feel guilty because I'm like, I'm by nature, I don't, it's the government. I love the government. Like I love myself economically. I want to save money. So I'm saying, this is crazy. And it had another problem. They didn't write well. So I take it out and I sign and there's no ink. And I got all you people looking and you say, there must be something wrong with Trump. And I'm signing and there's no ink in the pen and it costs $1,000. This one, I call the guy. I said, I'd like to use your pen, but I can't have a gray thing with a big S on it saying Sharpie as I'm signing a $1 trillion airplane contract to buy brand new fighter jets, brand new B-2 bombers, of which we just ordered plenty. I can't do that with the press. Use your pen, but I like the pen the best. But I'll sign it. I could do like Biden did, give it to somebody else to sign, or an auto pen, or maybe sign it separately in another room, but I can't use your pen. He said, well, I can make it nicer. I said, what can you do? He said, I'll paint it black. I said, that's nice. And I can even paint the White House on it, sir, if you like, in gold. Almost real gold, not bad. And I can even do your signature, sir. And by the way, this was not staged. I just saw the pen sit there. I thought of this as an example.
Yeah. That was hilarious. I saw. Well, I sent that to you last night. So, and
yeah, I had seen it.
Yeah, it was funny, and yeah, okay. Here's the thing on stuff that's happening in the world, and politicians keep on wanting to get on the screen, wherever it is, go on X, go on this, show everybody we're doing our job and everything, when they're probably not going to do their job. But here's another thing that happened, and we're going to talk about this right now. And I really and I thought they were fixing this today, because I saw it early in the morning, fixing TSA, so we can we can have our airports back. Which, by the end of the day, it was a lie. But here is something that was interesting that I found. Go ahead and put this up. Boom.
Everywhere ICE goes, trouble follows. We've seen that. And it is highly likely the airports will be no exception. No one trusts that ICE is going to make things better.
Once again, ICE agents have arrived here in Philadelphia, but I do want to point out this is an empty line right now. We are standing in the middle where travelers come to check in for TSA. Yesterday, this was all the way back to the garage. So good news today, lines aren't too bad. We're live from PHL. Brianna Gallagher, Channel 6 Action News.
Everywhere ICE goes, trouble follows.
So, yeah. Schumer's little panorama going, ICE is bad. ICE is bad. Mind you, in Minnesota, what happened in Minnesota was bad, and the situation should have been on the Minnesota governments for keeping these people arrested. And so all they had to do was go to the sheriff's department and pick them up. And yeah, you can at me on that. I don't care. That's the truth. Sanctuary cities, anybody that's say they sanctuary, it's illegal. Hands down. Off topic. Done. But
did you see the funding? What happened with the funding bill? You were talking about it.
Yeah, I was talking about it, Bill, and I'll get around to it. I wanted to show that.
Okay.
Just, can you do me a favor? Grab these two fingers right here. What I want you to do is I want you to grab these two fingers. I want you to put them on your lips and just keep that until I tell you let go. Okay? How about that? How about that, Bill?
Oh.
Okay. Like I was saying in the beginning of that video, ICE is helping out with the airports. They're actually detaining people that actually they find out that they're illegal, and they're taking them aside. I mean, that's an easy way to do that. They shouldn't be doing it at airports, honestly. This is another situation. They shouldn't be doing it in airports. And yes, right side's probably going to throw their shit at me, and left side. But in all reality, TSA, these workers, which the government, us as taxpayers, had promised to pay them for a job. And because someone didn't vote on their money because people want to go up and say, hey, we don't like ICE or Border Patrol. We're going to stop them by not paying the people that are doing their job. And all they're doing is patting people down, making sure that the plane doesn't blow up in the middle of the air or goes into another building again. Okay? These people need to get paid. If you can, and you hear me out, just do this. Go to a food bank, go to the store, grab some food, non-perishable stuff, canned food, whatever. Take it to a food bank. Hopefully, the people that are in TSA, they're out of money. They can go to the food bank and get some food.
They should be paid Monday with all back pay.
So they finally signed that shit? No.
No, they didn't. And in the middle of the night, Thune went ahead and passed it on, I can't remember exactly what they call it. I never heard of it before. It's kind of like you send a message around and see if no one objects to it. So he sent the bill around in the middle of the night. No one objected to it. So they had a voice vote. So nothing's recorded and it passed. They passed it. So I was watching this afternoon because they were chasing Johnson and he was just furious. And normally he's got a nice little smile and he's wandering around, but he growled as he ran away from the cameras. And then this.
This has to stop. The Republicans are not going to be a party to this. They have taken hostage the funding processes of government so that they can impose their radical agenda on the American people, and we can't have any part of it. This gambit that was done last night is a joke. I'm quite convinced that it can't be that every Senate Republican read the language of this bill, and I'm going to just read you one excerpt of it because it's pretty alarming, and it says everything that you need to know in Section 4. This is on page 2 of the bill. This is an actual copy of the bill. That excerpt. It says, quote, "The contents printed under the headings of this bill, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and Border Security Operations, under the heading of U.S. Customs and Border Patrol and Protection, shall have no force or effect for purposes of this act, and amounts specified in the final bill under the subheading Border Security Operations and under the heading U.S. Customs and Border Protection and under the headings of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement in the Department of Homeland Security shall be zero." We're not doing that. And it is unconscionable to me that the Democrats would force some sort of negotiation at 3 o'clock in the morning and try to hoist this upon the American people and then get on their jets and go home for their holiday and pretend and think that we're going to go along with that.
I said they didn't.
This has to stop.
They passed. Remove it first, Bill. Remove it. Don't touch it. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I saw that they passed. They tried to pass that. That's what I was getting at. They passed it for THS, but they didn't pass it for Border Patrols or ICE, which it's part of Department of Homeland Security.
Well, what it did is it didn't fund certain functions.
Yeah.
Of it. And he just, Trump signed, didn't you hear what he did right after that?
I think he signed, I know he signed something, and it was some kind of slush fund to pay.
Some order so that the TSA employees will get paid Monday with back pay.
Yeah. Now, here's a strange thing. Okay. And I've been thinking on this, and if it becomes a trend, I'm going to be surprised as hell. I don't think we have any money in the government. I honestly don't. I think the reason why they keep, and this is just my theory. This is just me going up and thinking this, okay? and this is where I'm coming from on this. The sheriff's department here in town and the fire department in town was supposed to get a lump sum to pay the workers like a bonus for working through COVID. Okay, they get like I think my dad got like $700 working for the sheriff's department, and it was supposed to go out to all the essential workers that work for the government. It's like, hey, thank you for doing this. Here's a bonus. Now, saying that, what they ended up doing is they took that money and they put it in an account and let it create interest for like 2 to 3 years. And then they paid everybody the bonus. So I talked to a couple of people that are in police departments in different cities, and they never heard of that. So I think it's just a one-off here, but it got me thinking, if they're told to do that, and we do that, and we're only paying these people all the interest, and we keep a bigger lump sum for like they said they put it in the rainy day fund. So what if they told cities to do that in the first place? So that they're given the money, and they're actually because they're not getting any money, because there's a lot of times they're just shutting down. When's the last time you heard them like shutting down, not wanting to pay people in your lifetime? It's only been through like this couple of years. It wasn't during Obama's administration. Did in Obama's administration, did they shut everything down and not pay people? I don't remember it. Yeah, find that out for me, because I know they didn't do it in Biden's administration. I know they didn't do it in Bush administration. I know they didn't do it in Clinton administration. The only thing I know in the Clinton administration, what they did is they downsized the military a little bit. And they never did it during Reagan's. They never did, because that was the thing. That was the one thing everybody liked. Everybody was like, hey, get you a government job and you'll always get paid. That was the biggest thing. That was all what I was always told. It was like, if you can't go to college and you can't, you're not, bright enough to get a college degree, get a government job. Because they won't lay you off and you'll always get a paycheck. Even though now even post office is going bankrupt. Which is, I think, the reason why they had a deal with Amazon to do packages.
Let's see. The two of them recently, 2018 and 19, 800,000 employees went unpaid.
That's Trump. Bill, that's Trump administration. That's not
2013, 1.3 million workers under Obama on a dispute under the Affordable Care Act did not get paid. 1995 through 96, 21-day shutdown during Clinton.
So this
So yeah, it's happened before. It's not a
okay, because it was just it's just my train of thought. Because it just doesn't seem. I think they're doing it just so they could they have the money. They put it in an account so they can make sure they have the money.
But David, we can have all the money we want.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just print it. Come on, man. Someone
told me that this week, and he was talking about we were talking about stocks, because I bought a shit ton of oil stock when it was like a 188, and now it's like a 210. So I got it. I banked on that. But he said it was like they'll just print more money. I was like, dude, that's one thing you don't want them to do. You don't want them to print more money. Honestly, I want them to burn more money. Get it out of circulation. The whole devaluing the dollar. I mean, what they said about reason why you want to devalue the dollar, I understand. It kind of makes sense, but I'm still like, I don't think that's how it works. But okay, you guys, I'm not an economist, so economic major. So
I took economics. Now, one of the things Johnson was proposing is a clean extension, a clean CR for 60 days. So I'm thinking like, yeah, let's open it up so everything's okie dokie fine for 60 days so they can then shut it down again for the midterms. Right now, we're a little early. If he gets things going again and the economy picks up, this might end up being a distant memory for November. If he delays it for 60 days, so 60 days from now, they do it again, then the election is all over and we're toast.
Well, here's the kind of funny thing. Well, that's we can tap this onto the the last part of this. Delta Airlines CEO Ed Branson is receiving nationwide applause after he's stripping members of Congress of their special priority privileges in response to Democrats' led shutdown, calling it an inclusive use of the TSA agency as political chips. So basically, if a person that's working for Congress and they want to skip the line, they can't now. Not through Delta. They said no. I think that was kind of funny. Now, another news, and I don't know when this happened. It was reported. Let's see here. When it was, this is March 26th that this was reported. So it happened yesterday. Let me get this screen shared. There we go. This happened.
One of your legacy items has been freeing hostages all over the world. Israeli hostages, American hostages. American Dennis Coyle has been taken hostage by the Taliban for almost a year now. His family has been speaking out. Molly Long went on News Nation last week to ask for some more public attention to this case. What is your administration doing to get him home?
Well, if you give me the name.
Dennis Coyle.
Okay, you give me some information, I'll take care of that.
This is just moments ago. You hear those cheers. That's the pictures of Dennis Coyle, who has been held captive by the Taliban for about a year now. He's now back on U.S. soil, arriving moments ago there in San Antonio.
So, yeah.
Feel good story of the week.
Yeah, that's a feel good story. I mean, it's pretty bad that it was, he goes up and it's like, give me the name. I know people. They'll get them. It is like, hey, I was black bagged and I was put on a plane and they finally revealed the bag and it's like, oh, you're going to America. I was seriously didn't know what was happening. So, yeah, that's another thing that's good about this administration. If they have hostages, they don't have good hostages anymore. They have, and I could just imagine a person that they get a hostage from an enemy country, and the hostage they tell them it's like, okay, you're live. Tell the country that we have you, and how bad how good we're treating you, and we want we want someone to be released. And that hostage just goes up. I was like, oh, we're live? Yeah. I have no family. I have no friends. My location is XYZ. Fucking take care of it. and they just carpet bomb the whole fucking place. That's what would happen. I mean, I don't think Trump would do that. And like, do we release a Moab? I mean, we could. And by the way, Moab is a bomb that is non-nuclear, but creates a crater about a mile away. Diameter.
Mother of all bombs.
Yeah. Okay.
It would kind of create like a pothole, wouldn't it? Like a major size pothole.
Oh no, that's not even. Oh, that's AI. That's funny though. Yeah. No, but have you seen those? Like in they're mostly in China.
Now watch this real quick.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. We're not gonna see these videos that much anymore, though. That's gonna suck.
What should the council do about all these potholes? Absolutely nothing.
You know, we're probably not gonna see that many of these AI videos that much anymore.
No, that's not gonna stick.
Well, no, it's not that. They got rid of Siri. That's what a lot of people were using to make those AI generated videos.
Suri?
Yes, SORA. Sora. Yeah.
There's a lot of different sources of making AI videos.
I know that, but that was the major one they were making them.
X is making them. A lot of neat stuff is coming out with X.
Yeah.
You do not. You
Hey,
do
Bill.
not think all the funny
Bill.
cat videos are going to go away.
Bill?
Huh?
Just that's what I've seen on some of the news things and I know it's Sora. But yeah, that's what a lot of the things when they first came out with those Bigfoot AI videos and stuff like that, and the baby videos, they were using Sora. I know this because I talked to a lot of people that actually make those videos.
Have you made those videos?
No, I don't get into doing that. It takes too much typing. I'm not a typer. I'm not a describer. I don't write very well. But anyways, another thing that's happening here in the United States is happening in Idaho. Now, this has come from Nick Fuentes. Let me tell you how awesome Idaho is. Conservatives, and by that I mean real conservatives, have such a hold on power that not a single Democrat in Idaho House voted against this bill. Basically, they created a bill which is, as of July 1st, child rapists in Idaho will face execution by firing squad. Now, this isn't unheard of. They have a lot of North Dakota's doing that too. A lot of places are doing that. But yeah, diddle a kid, you get the firing squad.
And Idaho ranks number 1, 138.4 million tons of potatoes.
Yeah.
Second is Washington State at 87.2. So it's way in the lead.
Yeah. Yeah. They make a lot of potatoes. And last but not least, I got this one. This is a video of, let me get this. Now this is Ian Miles Chalong, Anyways, sorry if I mispronounce your name, and don't come at me. I'm horrible at names. Iranian, this is breaking. Iran resistant fighters are now fully armed and actively engaging battle against IRGC, the forces across the country. This attack happened today in Isfahan. Put in a pronunciation in the comments, please, because I have no idea how to say that. Resistance fighters, I can't even say
resistance fighters successfully ambushed a convoy of IRGC troops and, using a term I haven't seen to describe this, liquidated them.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't say that word. But anyways, words are hard. I have to turn up the volume on that one. And it might get flagged because we're on YouTube. But yeah, this is the resistance fighters. So they
are fighting back.
Yeah, they are fighting back, which is
but
a good
we
thing.
need more of them fighting back.
Yeah. We got like 10 tankers from Iran, 10 tankers of oil that came in. So hopefully they have a government that will side with us for right now. They're still in negotiations. A lot of places are, a lot of news agencies are like, oh, the negotiations with Iran just dropped. Yeah, it's the first attempt. The first attempt is going to be a bad one. So no one hits it out of the park the first time, attempt. But we did get 10 tankers of oil. So, all right, Bill. Is that the end of our little show?
I was looking for one other thing. I saw it, and unless it's been rectified, I think New Zealand in 2 weeks, I think, is going to be completely out of gas.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. That's
no source. But this weekend we are having an event that it's going to happen nationwide, and it's the dumbass liberals at their funky little no kings shit. And here's a description of what you will find there. That's Awful's affluent white female ugly liberals. So if you want to go hunting for them, I don't really, but it would be interesting to check out the intelligence or lack of intelligence level of the people out there.
Huh. I don't know if this is true or not, but Randy Paul is considered running for president again in 2028.
You mean Rand Paul?
Rand Paul, yeah.
Yeah, okay, whatever. That's a damn joke, unless he ran as a Democrat.
Dude, what the hell? Okay, here's another thing that's been happening here lately. A lot, and yeah, this is only just coming from one-sided stuff. And I've been seeing this a lot, and most of my news feed is mostly right-wing stuff. Every once in a while I do get left-wing stuff, and it does make sense on some of the stuff. So bear with me. I've been seeing a bunch of Democrats popping up that they got arrested for child pedo stuff. Have you noticed that?
I'm just too stunned at your previous statement. He's described his decision as 50-50.
Yeah.
And he'll make his final determination after the midterms. Now, I'm expecting a Vance Rubio ticket, and
I don't think.
I know what
Vance, I think he's got another kid coming. I don't think he's doing it. He already said he's probably not going to do it, but that we still got a couple. We got maybe a year and a half. So, but I know definitely Rubio. They've been showing him off. Like, I mean, anytime he can go on camera, he's on camera. So I think Rubio's going to be the next nominee, one of the candidates, because Republicans actually vote for our candidates, unlike Democrats where they don't give you a choice. That was just, oh my God, that was so stupid. They did that twice. Actually, technically, they did it. I think they did it during when Obama won it too. I don't think he won it. I think they just gave it to him. So for Democrats, they don't have a democratic process anymore, which is sad. Unless you're in Texas, then we don't. The Democrats did not want to vote for Jasmine Crockett at all. That was hilarious. I was like, it would be entertaining if she did win. It would be very entertaining if she did win. And she was like, the Republicans took me out. I was like, no, I don't think the Republicans took you out. I don't think anybody likes you. Anything else, Bill?
No.
Go like full rant on the off of that podcast that
I did not watch that. Did you?
No, I didn't watch it because you said you were going to go listen to it.
Oh, the video that supposedly might have me listed in it
several times.
Yeah, no, I'm digging a little deeper into that. Our little town is about to be inundated with fascist Marxists. But anyway, I'll go a little deeper into that.
Okay, we'll do that next week then. Next week's your week, anyways.
Huh?
I figured we would swap weeks because of the like next week I have to work on Friday. So you do most of the information gathering, even though you don't do almost any information gathering.
Well, I do. I just don't gather what at the last minute. I have all these tabs ready and all these videos open, and at the last minute, the note thing comes up and goes, "This is what we're talking about," and I go, "Well, that doesn't match anything I got."
That's why, that's why you need to we need to find out a way to. I mean, we tried to do the Google Notes thing through Google, it just didn't work. We need to have some. We'll just use the as long as you don't do paragraphs like you usually do. Like next week, just tell me what I should be looking for in Messenger on Friday. And I can do that on my break, which I usually do on my break anyways. So we'll do that.
No little miniature stories about each segment.
No, because your miniature stories turns out to a novel.
Yeah, they during the Obamacare on a website I would chat with people at, and I've chatted with some of the same people for 15 years online. And during Obamacare, I read the entire thing, so I'd have these analysis of it. And back then, in discuss the forum, the commenting forum, you couldn't click, and it would go click here for more, and you could expand it.
Mm-hmm.
You'd scroll and it would have the entire post. People would have to scroll past. And they called my post epic. They would have to get to it and then have to.
Yeah.
I had one post. I spent 7 hours creating one post online.
Yeah. Did you hear? Okay, here's another story. I don't know if it hit your feed or anything. Did you hear about the a professional cornhole player?
Would you call a professional cornhole player the great cornholio?
No, Bill. He was a quadriplegic.
Oh.
And he murdered somebody with a gun.
Oh, that's not very nice. So I guess he wasn't looking for teepee for his bunghole.
No. Apparently his he got an argument in his Tesla when he was driving. Mind you, I was so confused about this article that I had to Google quadriplegic and find out if it's just arms or legs, that's the reason why you're called a quadriplegic, or if it's any part of your body. No, it's arms and legs. He didn't have any arms or legs. I'm still trying to figure out if he had a driver's license. He was in his Tesla, so I figured he did have arms or legs. He got a driver's license. So, one, could you imagine being the tester for that guy? It's like, all right, we're gonna. Where's your arms or legs? How are we going to do this test? Was your arms and legs? I'm confused.
But he would never give up. Just like the Black Knight, he would never give up.
But yeah, dude, there's videos of him shooting a gun. There's videos of him shooting a bolt action rifle. There's videos of him climbing a ladder to go hunting. But yeah, that story just for the entire week, I was like analyzing this video that him shooting a gun, trying to figure out how he did it. And I have this coworker up at work that she usually reads the same articles that I read that are just perplexing and I can't understand. And I asked her about that. She's like, "Yeah, it was so strange. He shot him, and then he kicked him out of the vehicle." I was like, "Listen, I don't know which matrix that you're into right now, but there's no way in my matrix a guy with no legs is going to be able to kick somebody out of a vehicle." She was like, "Okay, he nubbed him out." I was like, "I can believe that. We can get," but that was, and we're going to talk. We were supposed to talk about it this Wednesday, but things happened with lives, so we're probably going to do it Wednesday. Get Trey's idea what happened. But yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff that happens that we don't do on the Friday show. We mostly do it on the Wednesday show, and it's only on X, so we can say whatever we want. And
is that why you do it there?
Yeah, that's the whole reason why we do it there, because I don't have to. One, I don't have to worry about music. I don't have to worry about anything that on the video, because even if I record it and put it on Spotify doesn't care either. So we can put our video stuff on there too, as long as there's no nudity and stuff like that, which I don't do anyways. But
would it get more views?
Bill.
Oh.
People would pay you. Don't do that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you watch our program, give us money and I won't do that.
I will go over. They don't have to give you the money. I will go over to your house and I will pistol whip you.
Hey, I did have a little something. It's kind of an AI thing. It's not Grok, but it's Google. In Grok, he had the ability to look back at your old conversations, so he could pull things from them. And then in January, he kind of lost that. Well, I had been, every once in a while, I use Google's Gemini, because I have a Grok history and I don't want to mess up my history. So if I have a quick question, I'll go and ask Google, and then where you can dive deeper into AI mode, I'll dive deeper. So last night I was doing, did a funding bill get passed? Okay. Did the new bill open everything? So the bill passed, basically Republicans caved. So I went through that, the 10 guardrails the Democrats were wanting. And then we got into, well, we need security right now because we've got the World Cup coming up. And need it for that, need it for the 250th, all of that. And I get in and I talk about the building that the car show that we usually go to in January. We weren't able to go to it because they're taking the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Center and making it the central nexus of all reporters for the World Cup. It all in one building. So I said, "Oh, that's got to have a lot of in that building that we missed the car show." And I said, "Man, that's got a lot." So we went through the security of that, the cyber security, and then we're going along, and he goes, "Got to find this." He starts mentioning. Oh, did you get that Nissan Altima or Toyota Camry previously? And I went, what? Because we were going through the car show and they didn't have the car show. And I was going through trying to figure out features of a car my wife's looking at. And I said, can you see and reference all of our past conversations? That's cool if you can. I can. I remember our previous chats about your interest in the Nissan Altima Sentra and Toyota Camry, as well as your recent enterprise rental car experience and our discussion about Wichita Falls' local spots like the world's littlest skyscraper. It's a bummer about the auto show. That really is the gold standard. And I was like, holy shit. So if you're doing a conversation with Gemini, Google, and you start another conversation, don't badmouth him or something and say, well, you said, because he'll be going, no, I didn't. It kind of, I like it that you can do that because it's helpful for what I do, but it is kind of a little bit creepy.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is.
My problem is, though, I have my other identity sign on, my name sign on, and then another site that I'm working on sign on. So I'll be on that one in the living room, and I can alternate between these two here. So if I have conversations I want him to cross, he can't look at multiple sign-ons. So that's kind of a bummer. And when I'm looking for something, a specific thing for the show that I haven't had pulled up, and I'm sitting here going through 3 different sign-ons, trying to figure out which the hell one it's on.
Yeah. Well, there's one other thing after this one. I found this while you're rambling and I didn't want to pay attention to you. Basically,
you give me the sads.
Always, Bill. I'm always giving you the sads. But this, mind you, this is what happened was it's a free Cuba and a free Palestine. They accidentally met up at the same time frame when they're doing their protest and everything. And basically showing Cuban flag and a Palestine flag, the line. And they basically just give me your love. This is how they're giving flowers. That's beautiful, man. That's really beautiful. I really wish a lot of people could come together like that. Now, one last thing before we go, because this is going to be our long show, so we'll do a long show until you get like a notification that you have to go to bed. What time travel movie was the most accurate? And one time travel movie, it's not kind of a time travel movie, but it's a kind of like time forward type thing. I'm trying to give you that kind of hint. What was the best? What's one that's gotten everything right so far?
Time travel movie?
Yeah.
Well, I that's got it right. I mean, I love time travel movies, but the Avengers,
No,
Avengers Endgame just blew it all away when they started naming time travel things, and he goes, "Those are all fake."
No,
and it just I was just so dejected. I was just so
okay, Bill. Stop with your ramblings of a old man. Demolition Man. You know why I say Demolition Man?
no.
Here's the reason why. Wendy's and a couple of other companies are filing Chapter 11. The only one's not doing it is YOLO, which I don't know what YOLO is. I'll check it out here in a second. And anything touched by PepsiCo. Basically, Taco Bell.
Are you sure Wendy's is filing Chapter 11?
Yes. Check that out while I do YOLO.
Or is that one of those things that come up that are Facebook things that are really fake? But
No, check it out. You have a freaking AI generated ask this and it'll come up. Use it while I do Lolo. Because I'm wondering what YOLO companies are.
no, it's one of those phony things that comes up on Facebook, the clickbait that says, "Oh my God, these companies are filing for bankruptcy in such and such year."
No, there's a couple of them that are filing for bankruptcy. So just put in what companies, what fast food companies are filing for Chapter 11. Yellow's just a popcorn place. I make popcorn, apparently.
Fast food place?
Yeah. I know In-N-Out moved to Kentucky, I think, or Tennessee.
Yeah, they were done with California.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, man, I kind of like them.
What?
Major chain bankruptcies. Fat Brands owns 18 brands, including Fatburger, Johnny Rockets, Fazoli's, and Round Table Pizza. TGI Fridays. That was a bummer.
Fazoli's. Are you saying Fazoli's, the Italian place?
Yes.
Okay, it's Fazoli's. Don't ever do that again, Bill. I swear.
What did I say?
Fazoli's.
No, Fat Brands. That's the name
Oh,
of
you
that.
said Fazoli. Dude, you can watch the video.
Okay.
No, I'll tell you a reason why not to do that.
Wait a minute. On the border?
Yeah.
Oh, they must have reorganized it. Yeah, it was Chapter 11.
Yeah, there's a couple of companies that are
They
going.
closed 40 of them.
Yeah, there's a couple of companies that are going Chapter 11. Not people aren't going to fast food anymore.
Well, I mean, real food costs as much. Let's see, Chapter 7. Holy shit, I never even got there. Have you eaten at the Dickies in town?
No, I would never eat there. It's crap barbecue. There's a reason why they're going under.
It has filed Chapter 7, completely gone.
Oh, thank God.
I did not know that. And by the way, one of my issues, and I just now kind of realized it, is I've been having vision issues. And I have 3 monitors. And This one, the vision is really bad. I just moved up an eye appointment to Monday. That was going to be late next month.
Really?
And when I say something like that, fuzz, I mispronounce something, I'm not seeing well out of that side.
Yeah, I have to wear reading glasses.
I can do this, but my third monitor, I'm not catching it good.
Yeah. No, the reason why I caught that and I was so pissed off because I was watching a video on Southern style cafeteria, like what was that one in the mall? Piccadilly's.
Oh, I love Piccadilly's.
Yeah, I love Piccadilly's too. But no, throughout the whole thing, I knew it was AI generated. The reason why I knew it was AI generated, they kept on saying Lobies. You know what they meant? Or they should have meant?
Lubies.
Yes. I couldn't watch the rest of the video. It's the same thing with like freaking because I watch like car videos on YouTube, and sometimes they're British car videos. I try so hard to watch those videos. I can't. There's one thing that I will never date is a woman with an English accent, because I know she's going to say, hey, let's put the stuff in the boot of the car. No, it's the trunk. Well, let's go get some petrol. No, we're going to the gas station. And I will trauma get her to speak right.
Who?
Anyways, back to reality. Aluminium is another one.
Aluminium. That's how they pronounce it in Australia. Aluminium.
Yeah, you do not do that around me ever again.
Aluminium?
Yes. Okay, I was watching the car show when I was at my base, and I heard it. My brain picked it up and thought it was adamantium. Because they kept on saying it's a new aluminium wheel, and all I heard was like, they made adamantium. They fucking did it. Fucking, I can get claws. It'll be badass. I'm gonna be a gardener with Wolverine claws. And then a friend of mine that was from England was like, oh no, they're talking about aluminum, dude. Motherfucker. And he saw how pissed I was, and he never, except for like one time that he was going back to England for a visit. He was like, I'll never talk English dialect around you. You get so pissed off. It's like, yeah, because I'm a moron. I don't speak right as it is.
I used to watch this where they were in England, and they would talk about what their words were versus ours for the same thing. And every once in a while they'd have someone in from Australia. And one of the ones I remember the most is a zebra crossing. That's what they call a crosswalk. They call it a zebra crossing. But have you looked under your bonnet and checked your oil lately?
Mm.
Yeah. Now, if you ever see my wife and there's a ambulance going by, go, what is that? She cannot pronounce ambulance. She says ambulance.
Ambulance?
And if she actually watched our videos, I would definitely edit that out.
I didn't. Anyways, anything else, Bill?
No, that's about it. We may get into the more of what I was ranting with you next next week.
Yeah, I can just basically become a zombie and just go and not listen to you, Mo. Perfectly fine. I mean, nobody listens to you anyways.
Oh.
It would be really funny. We get comments. It's like, we listen to Bill. We like Bill. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't give him an ego. I already have a hard time as it is to get him to shut the fuck up at times.
Hey, you didn't have to mute my microphone today.
I know. I'm surprised.
I'm sure there was a couple of moments that you had your finger.
No, I actually didn't. We're getting better with our marching orders.
Our what would it be called? Crosstalk? Overtalk? Talk? What is the term?
I know there's a term for it.
For talking over each other.
Not talking over each other. It's rhythm. We're getting our rhythm good. We're syncing a little bit better. But anyways, everybody, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for the comments, the likes, the loves, and we love you back.
And subscribe, guys. We want them.
I told you never do that again.
And the notification bell.
But
so you won't miss any of our great content.
Yeah. But anyways, we love you guys. I'm David Dickerman.
And I'm Wild William.
Goodbye.